Right, do you want to do an intro?
Welcome to ComishCAST, week six. Week six of week six of the ComishCAST. You're gonna do
but episode 7 because we started a week early.
Because we did, yeah. I was thinking
we did an
that.
extra one.
I
don't know. I was
there
very
was
confused.
confusion. Yeah, there was confusion with the numbers at some point.
I was so confused.
Week 6 preview ComishCAST. Take out all what would you call it? Anonymity of what week we're going into here. So we'll start, I guess, with our top 3.
We're going to go to our top 3 players this week first, yeah?
Yeah, and then we'll do a bit of news, I guess, because we got some trade news. We'll start with our top 3, and we got there's a lot of strong contenders this week for top 3. A lot of good quarterbacks. Isaiah Crowell out of nowhere putting 200 yards up. That was nice.
Where'd that come from?
Yeah, it's crazy. And against Denver, who are usually okay against the run. But anyway, so top 3. Number 1 is the guy at the top there, James Conner. 30 points.
We'll come back to the trade later on.
Yeah, we'll talk about them with the 2 new trades. But
not a bad first week for
in his new team. Yeah. He likes playing for me. He was playing good for Rob. It's not like this is a surprise. I think everyone knew he had this in him, but he looked great.
Steelers missing Lev Bell?
Not that much, I don't think.
Not by the fucking looks of things.
Yeah. He had a great game. They smashed Atlanta. Like, he was a big part of them winning that game, and he was a big part of me winning this week against Danny.
So James Conner, number 1. Then number 2, we're going with Todd Gurley because, look at the numbers.
He's just amazing. He's just 3 touchdowns. Like, he only had about 113 yards, which, I mean, that's a good game. Like, but for Todd Gurley, that's not that much. But he's just putting 3 touchdowns on top of it. Like,
yeah, and he absolutely trucked lads in that game. I was watching it. He was a fucking tank.
Yeah.
I mean, you see some of them, like Philip Lindsay. Philip Lindsay doesn't look like he can truck. Doesn't look like he can truck anybody. But what he can do is he can jump to the left and run like fuck. Yeah. But Gurley can just do everything.
He can. It's crazy. Can do everything. He can do everything as well as you've ever seen anyone do it. Pretty much. Yeah. Like, he can catch. He can fucking break guys' ankles, and he can just run people, and he can jump over guys. He fucking loves jumping over. I think he used to be a hurdler or something like that. So he can spring over dudes.
The Crow would be at number 3 if he had started him, but you can't really blame him for not starting him.
No, in fairness,
that's just a freakish score.
It's 200 yards on the ground. That is some crazy going, like.
So, yeah, just out of nowhere, 219 yards. He must still be wrecked.
Oh, like, I don't think the Crow has ever run that many yards in a game before. Just in general, not with the ball in his hand, just in general, I don't think he's run that many yards.
No. So, fair play to him, but no. And then we just have to go it's tight between Rodgers and Brady, but
yeah,
Rodgers pips
yards
this week.
On the ground is pretty nice.
400 yards.
No picks.
Yeah, really, really solid game. So our top 3 are James Conner, Todd Gurley, and
Aaron Rodgers.
Double A-Ron.
Yeah, A-Ron.
A-Ron.
Even though he was on a team that lost with Conner this week, which I guess Drew Brees broke some records and he had Richie get a win, but he's a couple of points behind A-Rod. Mm-hmm. And you kind of think this might be A-Rod kind of getting back on track, maybe start putting up the kind of numbers Conner wants from him, because he's been quiet this year. Yeah,
well, I mean, definitely his best week so far.
Shout out to Drew Brees breaking those records and scoring like his 500 touchdown as well.
Yeah.
He smoked Josh Norman on the touchdown that broke the record as well. I don't know if the touchdown was his 500th. I think that was his 499th, and he scored a touchdown later. That was his 500. But Josh Norman was made look a fool on that play.
Yeah, fuck you, Josh Norman. I think that concludes the top 3.
Yeah, top 3. Because we have me and Rob's trade, we kind of talked about that a bit on the other 2 lads podcast, but we have Martin and Connor's trade to talk now, and they traded just yesterday. We go into the transactions thing, I guess, and look at it.
Cool. Where the fuck is that?
Yeah, you just go into league. It's just like
down the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
who got Cameron Bray? Oh, so Martin just brought in a fucking backup tight end.
shit. Gronk's injured. Well, he might be injured, and I need to do something for tight end, and I was looking at Cameron Bray.
I think he's been okay this year. All right, Cameron Bray. Michael getting himself a new kicker.
Yeah, Crosby.
Crosby banged him last week in a big spot. All right.
It was almost
I can't blame him. Like
it was almost like he was saying "fuck you, Michael" as he kicked every ball. God, that was the worst performance I've ever seen from a kicker. It was fucking awful.
Yeah.
So that was needed.
Fair enough. Like,
we could all see that was needed.
Yeah.
And Baz picked up Panthers defense.
He's changed the defense a couple of times this week. I think Panthers defense will probably be a pretty good shout this week against Washington. They didn't look great the other night against the Saints, and the Panthers should be picking up a little bit, doing a bit more on defense this week, I think so.
And here we have the big news of the week, the big trade. Christian McCaffrey for AB.
Yeah, it's a bit of a crazy trade, but like I don't hate it though, to be honest. If you look at the points that McCaffrey is putting up, and that he's likely to probably keep putting up because he's such a big part of that offense, like
Siege Engine has maybe 15, 16 points all season.
It's crazy. I was sure that he was going to be a big part. Like they used Jonathan Stewart kind of last year. Like they still gave him maybe 10 to 15 touches a game, a lot of goal line work. But it's just Christian McCaffrey all day long.
It's just a testament to how good he's got.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly they're just like, wow, we just got to give him the ball.
Him out, like, yeah, definitely.
So he's solid. He's going to get an awful lot of snaps. He's going to get a lot of touches, and he's going to score him a lot of points.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown, so far hasn't been great. He was complaining that he wasn't getting enough touches, and last week he's
only had about one really good game.
Yeah, that was last week.
Like 15, 6, 11, 12. Like that's all right, but yeah.
On the road this week, Ben's not spectacular on the road.
No, he's not.
And with Connor putting up the points he's putting up.
And then he's got his bye week coming up, so you've got 2 weeks where you can't play him, basically.
Yeah, well...
And McCaffrey's already at his bye week as well, so McCaffrey is in for the rest of the season.
You see, what happened was... Martin approached me for Keenan Allen with some... I can't elaborate on the deal because I can't remember. I really gotta do this straight from now on because my short-term memory's fucked. As bad as my long-term memory now. But so he offered me something for Keenan Allen, and I just had a bad feeling. I just remembered the deal that I did with Mike Evans with Michael a couple of seasons ago, and I remember being fucked straight away because I didn't pay attention to what was going on. And Mike Evans wasn't doing great for me, but I think it was largely because he might have had a knock or something. I can't remember exactly why.
James Winston was like missing a couple of games, something along those lines.
So he wasn't doing great for me, and I didn't look at the long game. I looked at the fucking short term, and I got really fucking screwed on that one. So I was like, I can't give Keenan Allen away.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Just when he's looking, like last week he had a terrible game. He got 9 points, and it was a terrible game. So I just had a feeling I'm giving him away this week, and he's just going to hit 25 points or something.
Yeah, I'd still have faith in Keenan Allen to come through for you.
I have more faith in Keenan Allen than Doug fucking Baldwin.
Yeah.
1 yard last week. It was like, hey, throw it to me, I'm open. Boom, done, game over, I'm finished.
Got a point and I'm out.
1 yard, woo! It's more, man.
Yeah.
And it's not as if I had anything on my bench that was going to do a whole pile last week either.
You gotta just
so as disappointed as I am, it would have been worse if I lost by 2 points. And he got me like 1 yard. That would have sucked. But that's 2 weeks in a row. One of my wide receivers has got. Well, last week Sammy Watkins got. The week before Sammy Watkins got no points. His hamstring straight away, and then one yard. I'd almost prefer if he fucking hurt himself. I was like, well, at least he couldn't have died. But no.
Just caught 1 yard.
The description they put up was invisible in loss.
He's got superpowers. He can turn invisible.
I thought he got injured when he was catching, I thought he caught the ball, he got nailed, and he's done.
And just got blown up. Yeah.
No, it was just he caught the ball and he was like, oh, I'm done, finished.
Such an effort.
So Doug Baldwin has one more week, and after that, I don't know. Marlon Mack's back this week.
Okay, that could do something for you.
But anyway, that's, we need to go back to this trade. We're getting diverse.
Yeah, I'm surprised Connor traded AB though. I really am, because as you were saying,
when I said no to Keenan Allen, he said I might try Connor for AB, and I thought that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
So I hit Connor up with an awful low ball trade that he wasn't going for, and then he says, no, I want Zeke. At which point I started laughing and went for a smoke and came back and wiped the tears from my eyes, and I was like, nah, you're alright. No, thanks.
I would have thrown Odell Beckham for Antonio Brown out, definitely, if I thought he would trade Antonio Brown. Because I don't fucking want Odell Beckham, to be honest. He scored me like 4 points last night, and I think that's more likely to happen than the other week when he like threw a touchdown.
Well, he's got the worst QB.
Yeah.
In game at the minute.
The worst offensive line in front of him, like.
Yeah, it was actually hilarious to a point the other night, and then I just started feeling sorry because the humanity comes in. And it's like, this poor bastard's out there trying his level best.
40-year-old just get beat around the field.
He's trying his level best, but he's over the hill, and nobody will tell him.
Yeah.
Nobody will tell him, fuck, you're over the hill.
It's crazy.
Who's the backup?
And it's been for like 3... It's no one, because they've just chosen to basically not invest in that position and put all their faith in Eli.
But have they got like some...
Like, they have someone, but they're not. It's not someone like, say, a young guy that is going to succeed Eli. It's just some fucking bum, like some red shirt.
Some guy picking up a check. Yeah, it's like, oh God, no, don't drop Eli. Alex.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know if it's because they think like Eli's confidence would be so shattered if they fucking brought in someone that would just be it, and he'd just go to nothing instantly, like...
Well, he's not a whole pile off it.
At this stage, what's the fucking point? Like,
I mean, you could have like that bum out of nowhere. Like, look what happened with a 40-year-old guy, Fitzpatrick.
Oh, fucking Ryan Fitzpatrick,
Fitzpatrick started the season. You give him a chance, and he's like, oh, I'm throwing the
ball
again.
Yeah, he threw like 9 touchdowns in 2 games or something.
Yeah,
that was wild.
So, it's a Cinderella story.
Yeah.
But then, clearly ran out, and they're like, all right, just go back to the bench there. You
yeah. But
not
for your bollocks.
Yeah, but it might throw him on for one game, and he might actually throw some bombs back.
Yeah, that's all I need.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter to me if Eli's good.
So that started a bit of a trade war with him. But Christian McCaffrey, I was like, oh, I don't know. But I took a look at my running backs, and I've got Zeke there, and White's doing extremely well.
Yeah.
Freeman's guaranteed goal line touches. So even if he does fuck all in the game, he'll get a touchdown. So he's guaranteed pretty much 8 to 10 points.
If you're only rolling him in,
so from a flex, that's pretty decent.
Take that.
So I really couldn't. I just couldn't. I had to take a chance on.
Because if you trade Keenan Allen for a running back, and then you're starting Doug Baldwin and Sammy Watkins every week, like, that's rough.
It's poor.
Yeah. You're not guaranteed anything from those 2 guys based on what we've seen so far this year. Like,
yeah, and so the only wide receiver I have with any trade value at all is Keenan Allen. Mm-hmm. But no, gotta hold on to him.
Yeah.
Michael was after Brady.
Yeah.
And he was offering me Russell Wilson. He started talking up about Russell Wilson's points last year.
That could be a great trade or whatever, but yeah.
That shit's the past.
You can't count on that shit.
No, you can't. Last season's points don't count. Right? So, I know I'm clearly hoping that Russell Wilson does start doing well, so that Doug Baldwin does pick up a little bit. But
yeah, definitely.
I'm not going to trade Brady just when he's hitting a stride.
No, getting rid of Brady is just, it's never going to be the safer option. Like, no. Brady definitely has a floor of like 17 points that he is just going to hit every week for you. Like,
yeah, there's some crazy statistics when he has Edelman and Gronk on field fit at the same time. Yeah. He gets crazy amounts of throwing. He's just going to bang point,
and then they're going to give it to James White.
Yeah,
a lot of the time too. I guess Sonny Michel's working his way in there, but
yeah, he's on the stardom this week.
Yeah,
he's really on the up. Sonny Michel.
He really is. Yeah, he's looked good.
18 points last week or something.
That's great.
White's 13.
Yeah.
So
well, I guess we should just get into the matchups now.
Yeah, we kind of just segue. Hold on. We fly down here. Kickers coming in and all of this kind of.
Kickers for defenses.
Day.
Shauna finally fucking dropped Rex Burkhead. God damn it, Shauna. I'm not going to clap you for that, you goddamn bitch, Shauna.
I'm doing it sarcastically. So finally, and I added the Bills defense instead of the Broncos. So that's pretty much it. So that's the end of that section, which I can't remember what we called it.
The news.
The news.
Breaking news.
Yeah, I've already got that breaking news.
Oh, well then,
done,
breaking news.
We'll just use that one. So on to
matchups. Good week again. This week is all, what would you say, interdivisional. So we're all playing someone from the Stringer division. So it's Luther v Stringer this week.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't know how, this probably happens a couple of times during the year, I guess, that it lines up that everyone plays someone from another division.
Okay, so as usual, well start with me. Yeah. That's what happens when you go for a double A alliterative name structure.
Alphabetically, you're going to get it every time.
I'm going to change it to something else next year. I really got to rebrand.
The Ardy Aardvarks, because then you have A, and then the second A there, in case there's any tiebreakers.
That's perfect.
Like no one's beating that.
Nice. Right, so Brady hitting form this
James
week.
White and Gronk all against Kansas City,
who like giving points away.
They like giving up a lot of points. They're missing one of their best pass rushers this week, Justin Houston. Eric Berry's still out. Yeah. High scoring game possibly.
And James White. Now, unlike 3 weeks ago, where I was fully confident in the Patriots storming the game and they got absolutely fucking trounced. I'm confident this week that they will do well against Kansas, and banking a lot on them, because Zeke against Jacksonville, no real hope of him putting up big numbers.
That's tough.
He might get, it's going to be like, it's going to be tough for him, but he might get pick up a good few 5 and 6 yard runs, so he might get the yardage up, but I can't see him breaking away for a 30-yard touchdown.
He's all they've got, so you got to think he'll get the goal line work, obviously, so if you can score you a touchdown.
But at the same time, he is all they got, so Jacksonville just really got him.
Yeah, just got to stop him.
Blow him out of it. So Keenan Allen, the much maligned Keenan Allen, against Cleveland this week. I think this is going to be his game.
Cleveland aren't an easy team anymore, and this is in Cleveland, so I think... And that's a good defense the Chargers have, but Baker Mayfield's looking good. That offense is looking good.
I watched some of his...
Points are going on the board.
Oh, excuse me. I watched some of his highlights this morning, actually. He's throwing well.
Baker Mayfield, yeah. He's not super good. He's shake and bake, baby.
Yeah. So here's hoping that...
so if he can put some points up, high scoring game, get Keenan Allen involved. Because Philly Rivers has looked pretty good, and I'm pretty sure he's throwing well out there. He's throwing a lot of yards. They're scoring a lot. Yeah,
a couple of real good weeks from Rivers. So if he can get back into the swing of things, I think this week it has to be this week.
Yeah,
it's just your time's run out. Your time's run out, pal. Hurry up, get it done. Sammy Watkins is in against New England.
In hopes it's
because the reason I got rid of the New England defense was because they were looking weak.
Yeah.
Just looking weak. So I'm hoping Sammy Watkins can justify my decision to get rid of them this week by throwing up a good few points. You were saying something earlier on about the matchups.
Yeah, like what the Patriots... I don't know if they're doing it now because I don't know what their cornerbacks are like, but what they used to always do was put the number 1 cornerback on your number 2 wide receiver and then double team your number 1 wide receiver with, say, their number 2 cornerback and their safety. So that guy's seeing double coverage all week, and your number 2 wide receiver is just playing that number 1 one-on-one. But since their cornerbacks are pretty shit this year, if they're still doing that, Sammy Watkins has a one-on-one matchup all night against not a great cornerback. I'm not even sure who the cornerback... is it Logan Ryan or something? Michael, comment and let me know who the fucking Patriots cornerbacks are these days. Bunch of red shirts, that's who.
Michael's our resident Patriots expert.
We'll call him in now in a second and see what he has to say.
The only worry I have there is that Kansas like playing sort of a 3-pronged attack where they can just change it up depending on whoever's free.
That's it, yeah.
If he does get tight, whoever's going to be Mark and Watkins, if he does get tight to him, then, and it's not an option, he's got 2 other options to. So
yeah.
So it's down to Sammy Watkins getting free. I think if he gets free, he's getting the ball.
Yeah, if he can get a good matchup. Andy Reid is really good for scheming his guys to get good matchups. Like, that's how Travis Kelce's doing so good. Like, if Watkins can get a good matchup against, you know, like a cornerback if he's in the, or a linebacker if he's in the slot or something on a consistent basis, he'll get the ball because it's going to be a high scoring game. Like, you really think it will.
And fucking Gronk's questionable.
Yeah.
Gronkowski, this is questionable for Sunday night's game against the Chiefs after practicing a limited fashion. I'd be very surprised if he isn't in uniform Sunday. I was expecting way more points. Like the first week, I was like, woo!
he's been quiet since.
And then, fuck me. But, you know, steadily getting better. He got injured that week.
Yeah.
And then came back and, you know, he's been putting up average points. But, yeah, I'm not holding a lot of hope for Gronk this week. And I don't know who to pick up instead.
Not a lot of tight ends out there.
No.
So, well, like, I mean, there's a guy out there that scored 20 points probably, but fuck knows who it is.
Yeah, you need a crystal ball to tell that one.
Yeah.
I've Royce Freeman in my flex, and on the Zebras flex is
he's got Philip Lindsay. Oh, very interesting.
So what we have here is the ball carrier and the goal line tank. So every week I'm looking at him freaking out because Lindsay's carrying the ball so much and he's so good at it that you just couldn't give Freeman the ball to do those things. You can't, but they're two just totally different. They've got a real good balance there with them. It's just very difficult to know who the fuck's going to get the points.
Yeah.
So hopefully, I'm hoping Freeman gets a few touchdowns because he's not going to get 100 yards carrying. He'd be lucky to get 50 yards carrying. He's just not a ball carrier. So, but I like him.
He's a good rookie this year, and the Rams have been weak against the run. Like, that's definitely that defense's weakness. So if they get up near the goal line, like, I don't think they're going to put it in Case Keenum's hand. I think you're probably going to give it to Royce Freeman and let him try and run it in.
Yeah, so that's why he's in the flex this week. It was between him and the new guy,
Kiki Kuti,
but he's clear to play, but his hamstring is a little bit dodgy, and it's his first week in the Aztecs camp. He needs to settle in, get to know the players. So it was between him and Freeman.
Get to grips with the system.
And we don't know if Deshaun Watson's playing.
Yeah, that doesn't help
either.
He's ranked number 69.
69 bitches, woo! 69 graphic.
Yeah. Boom.
There you go. Right. I don't know how long that 69 graphic runs for.
We'll see. We'll cut it to what we need.
So onto my bench. Doug Baldwin, can't trust him.
Yeah.
Because of this nonsense.
That was bad.
0.1 of a point. It's not even a point. 1 goddamn yard. That's better if he just didn't play.
It's almost impressive. So you get him.
That's the lowest. Is that the lowest amount? Can you get
minus?
half a... I suppose you can get minus, but
yeah.
Can you get a half a point for a half a yard?
Yeah, if you threw the ball 1 yard, you would get less than 0.1. But like, yeah,
it's a bad week.
It's pretty impressive.
It's a bad week, and he looks very solemn here, and it's justified.
He looks quite solemn there as well. Yeah, he's got his bye week coming up next week, and you got to hope after that, going into week 8, he's healthy and he's ready to go, and maybe that offense.
This is his test week. Yeah. I hope he has a good. Even if he's on my bench, I still hope he has. I hope he is a good week because you can't trust him. He needs to show some trust. Marvin Jones on a bye week. Marvin Jones, I don't even know why he's here. I just don't know. I can't ever see me playing him.
He's one of those guys that'll he'll never score you less than 6 points or so.
Yeah.
But every now and then he'll be like, I should have played Marvin Jones this week instead of this guy who scored me 4. But then you play Marvin Jones and it's 5.3.
Yeah.
Great.
Siege Engine's back. Well, he's never gone anywhere, but he's fucking... Ugh.
If Christian McCaffrey goes down, you hit gold.
Yeah.
But until that happens...
And McCaffrey was traded this week to Connor, so stay tuned for breaking news.
Oh, fuck, Connor, if you get Christian McCaffrey injured, I'd be so fucking mad.
Oh, that's going to be an interesting one. Injury watch. Right, so this week on the waiver wire, I picked up the Bills' defense. Put up good numbers last week and 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Solid enough last week.
Yeah, it started off slow, but pretty good numbers, so they were definitely better than what I had. So that was all right. I picked up Jameis Winston, who's returning to starting job, and this was before I knew he was a shoplifter.
Oh yeah, he stole a bunch of crab legs one time. Yeah.
A bunch of crab legs.
What are you doing, Jameis Winston?
Yeah.
Did you ever see that picture of him that was going
he
around? Oh, he's done a lot of bad stuff.
Yeah, he went back to his college where he was, and clearly was having a good time impressing people, and he stood up on a table and shouted, "Fucking right in the pussy!" And someone took a court case up against him for that. Now, there was the sexual assault thing with you, but like that's you know, sexual. But standing up when you're half drunk shouting "fuck around the pussy,"
yeah, like
but that's a meme.
It
wasn't directed at anybody. It wasn't encouraging somebody to assault somebody. Just drunkenly shouting.
It's what do you call it when you're not ripping something off? It's fucking he's paying homage to it. Yeah. It's not you can't sue him. Sue the original guy who said it.
So, James Winston on the bench this week. I picked him up because I was considering a Brady trade, but when I crunched the numbers, I realised that Tom Brady's the GOAT, and I'd be a fool.
Yeah, you have James Winston for his bye week now. Anyway,
yeah, so that's pretty good. Now, for that bye week, yeah, I mean, screwed.
Yeah, you're gonna be in trouble.
Marlon Mack is back.
Mac's back.
Yeah.
Return of the Mac.
So he's likely to start. He's likely to start on Sunday, so that'll be good to see how he gets on.
Yeah,
it'd
that
be nice.
Job's there to be taken. Like no one. Naheem Hines has been okay, but he hasn't solidified himself as the one.
Yeah, so there's an opportunity out there for Mac. So if he comes in and does well, then at least he can cover for White. And I need someone to cover for Gronk, and I have Winston to cover for Brady. So. If Cootie does well, then I'm probably just gonna have to get rid of Marvin Jones for tight end.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to suss that out later on. Right, now that we've spent way too long on my team, let's go over to Rob's team. Yeah, there's Rob's team right now. Next.
That's grand now.
Kirk Cousins.
So Rob's team looking very different from a couple of weeks ago.
It is.
Kirk Cousins against Arizona is probably a good start. They're probably gonna destroy the Cardinals. They've looked bad this year.
Yeah, very bad.
Defense is shaky. Kirk Cousins has looked really good, and he's putting up good points for Rob. So
yeah. Last week wasn't great.
A couple of bad weeks, but like the other ones are pretty solid. So.
Marshawn Lynch, new signing,
yeah. This is what I wanted to keep Marshawn Lynch for. I didn't want to trade him until Rob was giving me a real good offer because I knew Seattle was coming up in like the next 2 weeks. And they're definitely going to give him like 30 touches and just let him go rip shit riot against these lads. Like, because he is going to want to go out there and fucking run a couple of people over, I think.
Yeah.
Revenge game.
And he's looked like he's kind of back to Marshawn Lynch of old. So Marshawn Lynch could be one to watch this week.
Yeah.
Jordan Howard against Miami.
I think, was he like, I can't remember who's, no, it was just they gave all the touches to Tariq Cohen there a couple of weeks ago, and he's had a couple of quiet weeks. I think he might have been bye week last week, and he's back now against Miami. Bears want to go out and win this game, like, you know, they're top of their division. Miami have only lost like 2 games, they've only lost 1, but Miami definitely aren't as good a team as them, so the Bears got to go out and smash these guys.
Yeah, I'm thinking the Bears are going to have a good week.
Yeah.
So that's his running backs and his quarterback could probably outperform the projections.
Yeah.
Jarvis Landry, not going to do fuck all, is he?
Yeah, like 269s though.
Yeah. And a 6.9 and a 6.9. Loves his 69s. Owned by 98.9%.
Yeah.
A lot of people have faith in him, but I don't think Jarvis Landry's going to have a good week. So, fuck Jarvis Landry.
Yeah.
Cooks has
been decent. Yeah, he got knocked clean out. Remember last week some guy just absolutely blew him up.
He got knocked the fuck out.
He sure did. It was pretty bad. But hopefully he's coming back this week. He's gone through the concussion protocol real quick. Him and Cooper Kupp were both, I don't think they practiced, but they're on the sideline all week, and they're both apparently going to clear the concussion protocol.
With the Seahawks as well. Oh no, it's Denver.
Yeah. So we'll see what he does. I mean, the Rams' offense is super good. So
Greg Olson's questionable.
Back from injury, he fractured his foot in week 1, and apparently he's back.
Updated to questionable.
So I'm not 100% sure he's going to play.
Right, gonna have to do a deal with Rob
to get Greg Olson.
No, we just won't play tight ends this week.
They're both questionable.
Questionable. Play both of them and see who goes.
Just
don't trade. Don't bother.
No switching them out now. Just see who plays.
Fuck, and here we are with the flex.
We got Philip Lindsay Bluth.
Philip Lindsay.
Solid.
Yeah.
I didn't realise his numbers were so
good.
I'm
just actually going to compare his numbers to Freeman's numbers. 69, 10, 61, 20, and a touchdown. And we'll go with 67 and a touchdown, no receiving. 31, 16, no touchdown. He had a shit week last week.
He's got 3 touchdowns in a row there, which you gotta like.
Yeah, and when you look at his yardage, 28 yards, 53, 67. He's getting touchdowns with all of these.
It's probably pretty close.
It's pretty close, actually. Yeah.
Like if he can just hit a couple of 2 touchdown games, you're laughing all of a sudden.
This is it this week.
Yeah,
this is his 2 touchdown game.
This is the one.
I'm calling it. 2 touchdowns for Freeman and none for Lindsay. Getting a look in. So Randy Bullock's still kicking.
Randy Bullock, best name in the NFL. We need to do some photoshops of him. Actually, there's some great ones for that. Like, if Randy Bullock kicks you 20 points, Rob, just change your name to the Randy Bullocks and get a new logo. And you just got to draft him every year. It's a great team name, the Randy Bullocks.
Yeah, you could do a lot with that with a logo for Randy Bullocks.
Yeah, oh for sure.
You have one bull facing you and another bull's face up this way behind. Crow last week had a great game.
Yeah, against Indianapolis, who are like just constantly the worst team in the league against the run.
I see why he's Greg Olson in, because Evan
Engram's out,
inactive. Not much you can do with his bench. Basically, Cole. That's all he can do.
Will Fuller is probably going to play, but again, if Deshaun Watson is injured, you're not going to play him most likely.
So projections this week, on me for 95, Rob for 89 now.
Close enough.
I think that's conservative. I'm pretty sure these 3 are going to get more than what they're projected. Cousins against Arizona, Lynch against the Seahawks, and Howard against Miami. I'd say they're going to put up good numbers. So I reckon 89 is low projection for him, and I think he's going to probably come in at 95 to 100. Now, if Gronk's out, that could be alright for me. So I reckon this is going to be a real close one.
Yeah. Oh wait, does Rob not have Kerryon Johnson to play as well? Oh, he's on bye week. I was wondering. I was like, wait, where the fuck is Kerryon?
Yeah, bye week.
It's tough. This is a hard one to call, but I think I'm going to go with the Patriots taking you to the win, because I think that's going to be a really good game and it's going to be high scoring, and I think Tommy Brady is going to smash the Chiefs defense's back doors in, for want of a better term. I think he's going to tear them up, because
do you think he's going to do a lot more sort of throwing with Edelman fit?
Yeah, that's a possibility.
I think he really trusts Edelman.
He fucking loves throwing with Edelman. But it does open it up for James White and Gronk a little bit. You got to think with him there.
Yeah, that's just taking players off him.
The Chiefs just don't have anyone that good on defense that's covering anyone, to be honest. Like, they lost Marcus Peters to the Rams, who's their best cornerback. Eric Berry's out. D Ford is a pretty good pass rusher, but you're missing Justin Houston. The D-line isn't good. Like, I think Tom Brady's going to... He could put up 30 points this week without breaking too much of a sweat, like, because he's just going to be firing bombs downfield, I think.
Here's hoping.
Yeah.
And I think, like, this Philip Lindsay Freeman dynamic here is going to have me on the edge of my seat.
Yeah.
It's going to be a nightmare for me. The last week and the week before, for the vast majority of the time, there was tiny amounts in the projections between me and who I was playing. Everything was so close until the end. I fucking lost both of them.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Fucking lost both of them, and largely because one of my wide receivers each week got no points, or 0.1 of a point. So I'm feeling real hard done by. I really want to win this week, but as confidence goes, I'm not that confident. I am going to go for me again this week. And honestly, if I don't win this week after going for me again, then I'm making no more predictions in relations to me. No, I'm actually going to predict Rob wins this week. Yeah, Rob for the win.
Get out ahead of it, yeah.
Right, so we move on to you and Michael. Oh,
Battle
the
of the Commissioner.
The commish off. So, Big Ben away at Cincinnati.
Yeah, he might not be in there come tomorrow at 6 o'clock. I don't like playing him away. I've seen something that he's only scored more than like 15 points away at Cincinnati like one time in the last 6 years. I'm not confident in him at all. You know what Big Ben is. Like at home against a good matchup, yeah, happy days. Sometimes away against anyone, it's going to be 12 points. Because he's just going to throw 4 shit picks at some point and fumble it while he's running around out there, and you're going to be like, class. And he's just going to be walking off the field shaking his head, like being like, oh, well, I'll get another chance, and then he'll drop a big, massive touchdown, and you're like, few down points back, and then just 2 more picks. Like, he still wins the game somehow, but... So you don't want to be playing him there.
No. Who are you going to go for instead?
I don't know, to be honest. I've been looking at trying to trade people.
James Winston for Odell Beckham.
I can't trade Odell. He already played and jobbed me this week, only getting 4 yards. Should have traded him. I had a trade going with Danny where I was trying to get Phillip Rivers, but I would have had to trade Odell Beckham before he played on Thursday, and I was like, fuck it, I'll give him another week.
I'll take James Conner then.
No, I can't do that. Jesus, I'm so thin at running back now.
I gotta stop lowballing people. They're not gonna take me serious no more. Right, so Big Ben is a watch this space.
Yeah.
Drake,
I kind of just have to play, really. He might end up changing.
Ooh, good week last week.
Yeah, he caught a nice big 69 receiving yards. Nice.
And he looks like he's like 69.
Yeah, damn right, boys.
James Conner, you got to expect to be
him, yeah.
putting up numbers. Beckham jobbed yet.
Yeah,
he didn't even get 420.
Yeah, like you fucking piece of shit.
2 yards, 2 more yards. Or 2 less yards.
Yeah.
And, you had it.
It would have been fine.
Now, here we are on to Tyler Lockett, who is taking all of Keenan Baldwin's fucking
He's been so good for me this year. He's been scoring touchdowns like it's nobody's business.
Looks solid weeks.
Yeah. 4 or 5 weeks he has a touchdown.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, like he's been... And to be honest, I fucking didn't even play him a good few of those weeks.
He had 19.36 in the week that Russell Wilson only attempted 21 passes.
Jesus.
How many targets did he... 39-yard touchdown, 44 yards.
3 of 5 targets for 98 yards. Like, so he's getting that in 3
Christ.
receptions. Like, that's
incredible.
Efficient.
Yeah. Fair play to Tyler Lockett. He's
having a great year for me.
What round did you pick him up in?
Like after round 11, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Good pickup. I think he's a better pickup than AB this
year,
I think, honestly. Eric Ebron, who
smartest guy in the room.
Jesus Christ,
he did some
last week was
work
unreal.
For me last year. Yeah, he put the fear of God into Danny on the Thursday night. He knew it was coming then.
Yeah, I think I spoke about it last week.
Yeah,
when watching the game, but yeah, it started off with a fumble, and I was like, you come on. He was like, you said something about it on the message board, and I was like, yeah, he's fumbled one already, and you were like, oh, for God's sake.
yeah.
And then after that, it was just the Eric Ebron show,
smashing stuff. Yeah, it was crazy.
And one of the catches he made a catch, and a fella bounced off him with a little bit of a shimmy, like a wide receiver.
Yeah.
But it was hilarious because he's a giant of a man.
He's a beast of
and
a man,
he's pretty fucking slow compared to what you expect from a wide receiver or running back. So he got the ball, but he carried the ball so far. I'm going, the boys must have just thought, nah, he's not running.
He's
not running. Like if he catches the ball, he's going down. He's going to get to 10 yards or you get 5 yards or whatever. No, I think he must have got up in 20 yards with that run.
He had a couple of big ones.
He was right across the field. I was like,
he was drafted like super early. He was drafted in like the top 12 maybe. The Lions took him number 11 or 12ish because he was supposed to be, maybe not Gronk level, but kind of up there with say Travis Kelce and Zach Ertz kind of talent.
He's beating the shit out of Gronk in points this fucking season. Jesus.
Freddie Morris is in there at the minute because I'm not sure if Matt Breida is going to play. If Matt Breida plays, Breida probably goes up into my running back too, and then Kenyon Drake might go down into the flex, or someone else might get in there.
Not good that he's not practicing.
No.
Try to pick him up on the waiver the other week. You phoned me to. Aguilar looked like
I could have played. Yeah.
He looked like he was going to put up.
He could have gone into
way more numbers.
Yeah. He's been pretty. Him and Tyler Lockett have both, but like him, Tyler Lockett, and Golden Tate are doing some serious work for me this year. They're putting up a lot more points, and like it's probably like they're all gonna fucking even out now eventually and have a bunch of 5 and 4 point weeks. But they've been solid so far.
At the start of the season, if I said I'll give you Keenan Allen and Doug Baldwin for Aguilar and Tate.
Oh, it took your hand off, and you'd be outscoring me like.
Well, you'd still be laughing about it. You'd be laughing about it. It's crazy. So yeah. Henry.
Derrick Henry is dog shit. I don't know what to do with him. Shit. I don't know what to do with him. He was my first pick as well, and you can't trade him for nothing, and you can't drop him because if Dion Lewis gets injured and he starts getting all the touches and he starts heating up a little bit, you know, he'll score some.
Was your first pick?
Yeah, because I picked first in the 4th round.
Oh yeah.
So he's who I took first.
I forgot you gave all your picks away to Michael last year. Your first pick was in the 4th round. How many players were gone at that stage? Was it 40?
31st.
31st player. Oh. Now
3-2 somehow.
Now here we are. Had I gone through with the trade, you would have been facing Brady instead of Dalton this week.
So I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Dalton will probably do fine though. He's been putting up some decent numbers this year. Like Cincinnati have looked pretty good. It's a nice pickup by Michael. With Russell Wilson not doing much for him. Against Oakland though, Oakland's defense has been bad, but I suppose it's tough. It's tough to rely on him with what you've seen so far. Like there's just nothing there from him. He is the whole offense, and they can't keep him. They can't keep him protected. They can't give him enough time to fucking do anything. So once you take Russell Wilson out of it, the whole offense goes to shit. Like he just can't. He can't string anything together with that offense.
Yeah, he is having a bad time of it.
Yeah, and I'd say it's absolutely sickening the balls off Michael because he thought that was going to be 30 points every week to go with Todd Gurley, Saquon Barkley, everyone else. Like
you could have picked up Wilson for me in the draft ahead of Brady because the two of them were available. Yeah, and you went for Brady, and I was looking and going, I don't know why I didn't go for Wilson.
Yeah.
But fuck it, we'll see. But
in fairness, I probably would have liked Wilson more at the time, but Brady is just such a safe bet. Like I think Brady in fantasy he's like Drew Brees.
It's paying off. That was a good call. Todd Gurley's probably going to do monster week again.
Yeah. He's just an animal. Like there's no point even talking about Todd Gurley. He's unbelievable.
Saquon Barkley the other night.
Great night last night or Thursday night.
In a 13-34 loss, he put up 130 rushing yards. 1 rushing touchdown and 99 receiving yards. 1 more yard and he's broken 100 receiving yards and 130 rushing yards.
Crazy.
Beckham hit 44 receiving yards and had a fucking hissy fit. You see him at the sideline?
Yeah, headbutting that thing and
That's
stuff.
so fucking mad.
Do you remember he did it with the fucking field goal net last year? Did you see that where he ran up and punched it and it bounced back and hit him in the face?
He's
a tool.
He's
become, such a good football player. But
he's become a clowny type figure.
Yeah.
Well, no, not clowny type. A clown type figure.
Yeah.
A jester, if you will. Yeah, a bad week of it. I mean, standing on the sideline, or even out in the field, and just watching Saquon Barkley get 99 receiving yards, and you can't get a fucking sniff.
I think that's probably Barkley's best week. Like he's been good. Up to this point, definitely. He hasn't looked like a rookie at all. He's been solid.
18, 10, 17, 16, 24, 20. Yeah. Fucking A.
So, Michael's got to be, you must be loving this, Michael. Oh, you must be fucking loving it.
He's at home knocking one out.
Yeah, roster baiting.
Roster baiting. The shit out of it.
I wouldn't blame him, to be honest. This is a sexy roster. But,
I'd roster bait to his roster rather quicker than my own.
AJ Green against Pittsburgh. It's probably a good matchup.
It's gonna have to be. He's gonna have to because Alshon Jeffrey had a fucking storming game.
He looked great. 2 touchdowns.
74 yards and 2 touchdowns is all he got. 74 yards is not a whole pile when you're looking at 19 numbers.
Though,
I think it was one of the touchdowns he was running his route and he saw that Wentz was in danger and he just dropped his shoulder and went straight up the middle and gave him an option. He was like, "Oh fuck, thank God for that."
Yeah.
And
he's so good.
Went straight down to him. It was an unbelievable movement.
Yeah.
To just basically on the fly adapt, to just go, "Oh fuck it, I gotta do nothing here. This route's completely closed. He's in trouble. He's got to throw the ball. At least if I run, and even if he just sort of ran up there, if he has to throw the ball away, throws it straight down the middle. He's got a target there, so it's not like intentional grounding around like that." So he's
a big part of that offense. Like, and he's like, it's crazy, as Michael keeps saying, he got him for free. Like, Michael just picked him up on the waivers.
Michael tried to trade him. For me, Russell Wilson and him for Brady and somebody, and I was like, nah, can't get rid of Brady, but so I could have had Alshon Jeffrey, and he's put up those numbers, which is kind of sickening me a little bit. But I'll wait to be sick until we see how my wide receivers do.
That's true.
Let me see.
And he's got Michael Thomas on a bye week too. Yeah, so the AJ Green and Devontae Adams start. You can't be mad with either of those. I think Devontae Adams was quiet last week, possibly, or did he blow up last week? No, he blew up last week.
Quiet the week before, but other than that, he's putting up touchdowns every week.
Yeah, Devontae Adams is a hell of a player, so he's a good start. San Francisco looked like garbage.
Travis Kelce,
great stuff.
Yeah, way better. Like, fuck me, every week, bar this week, he's had 100 yards.
Yeah,
on the first week. So
getting touchdowns as well. So
300 yard plus games in the first 5. Yeah, can't ask for more. He's starting Ridley again.
Oh, okay, very nice. He put him in.
He put him in last week at 38 points.
6 touchdowns in 3 weeks, and then Michael plays him against Tampa Bay. Like, Tampa Bay's defense is garbage, so you gotta think there's something there for him.
Yeah.
Julio Jones still hasn't caught a touchdown either, so this could be the week where Julio Jones catches 3 touchdowns. That'd probably be the fucking first week in his career he ever did it.
New kicker in because Crosby was just raping him. And
the Jags defense. Against Dallas. They'll probably do well, yeah.
Ingram on a bye week. Russell Wilson not performing. Alshon Jeffrey, we spoke about that earlier on, put up some good points. Thomas on a bye week. He tried to pawn off Eckler on me.
Eckler's been putting up some really nice points, but I don't know how consistently you're gonna get double digits from him. He's scoring touchdowns though, so that's pretty nice. But Melvin Gordon is still there ahead of him. Melvin Gordon's an absolute beast. Like, he's so good.
Yeah. And Sonny Michel
might find his way in there instead of Calvin Ridley.
Oh, if he doesn't play this week, White's gonna have a fucking monster game. Oh man, listen, Sonny. If your knee's sore, rest, take it easy, or have one of those 4.98 weeks that you don't really like having. But Sonny Michel's been incredible.
Yeah, he's looked very good the last couple of weeks.
So
he's got a bit of depth there if he kind of changes his mind on Calvin Ridley. I think Michael's probably going to smash me this week. I needed Odell Beckham to do something for me.
Saquon Barkley basically took all Beckham's fucking yardage, and if they had an even enough game, say maybe 20 points and 15 or something, then it would have been even. But nearly 30 points to less than 5.
It's a bad start. I need way too much stuff to go my way to come back from that.
They're projecting him for 120, 123, and you gotta think with Gurley,
AJ Green, Travis
and
Kelce,
Ridley's matchup. He's got a lot of touchdowns in that. Even if Sonny Michel doesn't play yardage wise, he doesn't even need yardage. He's got so many touchdowns there. He's got all the yardage here.
Yeah.
He's got Barkley. God, he's got so many good players. You're a bitch, Michael. I hate your bitch ass. Right, so
probably gotta go Michael.
Gotta go Michael this week.
It's the safe bet. So move on to Danny, who lost his first game last week, and Connor, who's looking to win his first game this week.
Matt Ryan
against Tampa Bay, probably going to put massive points on the board. Look at that. In 3 weeks, he scored 100 points. Boom. There you go.
Yeah. Took his rest week last week away at Pittsburgh. Didn't have a great one. So,
David he's getting better. He's heating up now.
Yep, he's on the up.
Touchdowns the last 3 weeks. Yardage still hasn't been great, but that might come.
Kareem Hunt.
Also been quite solid for him.
Fucked me that week.
Yeah.
The 1 week he hits over 20 points. bastard. But yeah, he's
looked decent. He's putting up good points. I don't know, like, this could be a really high scoring game where if Jameis Winston can fucking look a little bit better and kind of be back in the swing of things, Mike Evans should score a touchdown. Like,
man, all the talk seems to be that Jameis Winston is going to have a massive week. None of them are saying, you know, oh, he might have a decent week now, but, you know, easing himself back into the process. No, it's just like he's going to have a monster week.
Yeah. Atlanta's defense is really fucking bad at the minute.
Yeah.
But you don't know what you're going to get out of Jameis Winston.
Exactly.
Like, you really don't.
3 points, 30 points, 3 points, 37 points.
The fucking
loves a fucking 3-pointer.
Like, yeah.
So, I don't know. I have a feeling that Winston on my bench is going to have a monster week. Cup cleared from his concussion.
Yeah.
He was getting knocked the fuck out last week.
Yeah, Seattle knocked both of them out of the game and then tried to win.
So they knocked them out of the game, then tried to win.
Yeah, they were like, we're losing with these two boys in, so we'll just get them out of here and then we'll get to winning.
So how many suspensions did the lads get?
Fucking none. It was crazy, man. Like, no one even got thrown out, I'm pretty sure. The guy who hit not Woods, Cooks definitely should have got thrown out for the hit. It was crazy.
Oh, I think I do remember that one.
Cup's been really solid for Danny though. I'd say he's fucking loving that pick because it's the Rams and all that. I'd say
he was sick. He left him on the bench against me, but he won that week. But 28 points that week.
Jimmy Grant, he's been quiet, but I mean it's fine from a tight end because
average tight end numbers.
Devonta Freeman out again this week, so Tevin Coleman continues to fucking put points up for you.
Look at this shit.
Yeah,
that's about a downward spiral.
Yeah.
And like it's the perfect art. It's like
it is
a little bit down, no more. Big fall off, 15-15. Bad week last week, not a great one the week before.
Was Freeman back last week? No, maybe he wasn't. Maybe he was just shit.
No,
Freeman is still out though, and for some reason in Connor's lineup.
Justin Tucker, solid as can be.
Yeah, just scoring points.
And Ramsey.
Yeah, Denver's offense isn't great, so they'll probably have a good game.
So
Philly Rivs in instead of Matt Ryan. Cleveland's defense is probably a lot better than Tampa Bay's. So you gotta if anyone's playing Tampa Bay defense, you gotta just play them. Their defense is fucking garbage.
Joe Bernard's out.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah. Oh, good. That's good news for Shauna with Joe Mixon ruled out.
His knee.
Downtown John Brown. He's been doing pretty good. There's some good points for it. Like he's looked decent. And then you got Alex Collins.
Yeah, he's
probably
shitty.
not going to play any of these. Like Mike Williams, Nick Chubb. Oh yeah, I forgot he got Nick Chubb there.
2 touchdowns against Oakland.
Yeah, he's not getting a lot of touches though with Carlos Hyde in front of him. It might end up paying off.
Oh, that was 1 week. I mean, Jesus. No.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, he did twice the amount of numbers
as Doug Baldwin did.
So.
Yeah, like Danny's got some good matchups there. Minnesota for David Johnson is a tough one. Actually, I would say that. But their defense has been shaky enough, so maybe he can get something going against them.
Now over to Connor's team. He was trying to trade Aaron Rodgers for Brady and somebody else for somebody else. I should write this shit down.
Yeah.
But anyway, I could have had Rodgers.
That would have been tempting, all right.
It was a fair deal, but I couldn't go with.
Timmy Brady's your boy at this stage, I guess.
I fucking have to go with him.
Freeman's
out.
Freeman's obviously got to come out of there, which is a pity. That would have been a nice boost for Connor because it takes Tevin Coleman out of Danny's lineup. Then it's like a 2-player swing if you get Devonta Freeman back.
I was offering my Freeman, so he could have had the Freeman running back.
The Freeman brothers.
Freemans, but no, he went for McCaffrey instead.
Went for the white guy. Boo.
Fucking racist, Martin. Oh, Connor. I don't know why I call Martin a racist.
I just used to call Martin a racist.
I don't think anybody's racist. Just a disclaimer there. So McCaffrey again, good week.
Yeah, he's been solid.
He's due a massive week though.
He's only scored 1 touchdown, so.
And his bye week's gone, so that's
that's nice. You just have him locked in there.
Deshaun Jackson, you were saying with Winston back, he could be he could be one to watch this week.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that Atlanta defense are missing a lot of guys on the back end, and they've been bad, the guys that are there. And Deshaun Jackson just needs one play, and he just puts up 14 points for you, and you're like, oh, grand. Tyler Boyd is like the number 2 out in Cincinnati. Pittsburgh's defense is bad, so I guess you gotta think there's some points there for him. Probably a little bit risky, but I'm not sure who else Connor has at wide receiver there, because he traded Antonio Brown, obviously. Mo Sanu actually could be a really nice play to play Mo Sanu instead of Tyler Boyd. The matchup is probably slightly better.
No injury designation, so we could put him in.
Yeah, I seen something where it was like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers slot corner, whoever they get to cover the guy in the slot is like the worst in the league at the minute rated, and that's where Sanu plays. So him or Boyd they're probably close enough if you were to rank them both, I guess.
Bilal Powell on his flex.
He great. This is Isaiah Crowell ran for 200 yards and Billy Powell ran for one less than 100 as well. Like, so
they clearly like to run the game.
They've got a good run game going there. Yeah. So I mean, he's a safe enough start, you got to think.
And he's got the ghost.
Yeah, and Jets defense against Indianapolis, I'm not 100% on, to be honest. If Andrew Luck comes out and he's just playing well and he just puts up 35 points on you and doesn't get picked off or anything, like, you're in fucking hot water.
Has he got anything to bench? You'd say Sanu
could play. Trubisky scored like 6 touchdowns there a couple of weeks ago, but I guess you don't want to just throw him straight back in. You want to see what you got there before you replace Aaron Rodgers with him.
Yeah.
He's got good Godwin too, who's playing against. He's Deshaun Jackson's backup, I guess. So you're going to play Deshaun Jackson instead of him, or at least he's behind Deshaun Jackson. A couple of good weeks though.
Yeah. So
Lamar Miller has been absolute piss for him as well. He drafted Lamar Miller fairly high, the Texans running back, and Donta Foreman, the rookie they took last year, who's a beast of a lad, is back in week 7 or 8. So Lamar Miller he's going to get fucking taken out of a job, I think, in the next couple of weeks.
Fuck. Excuse me. I'll cut that out. Yeah, you got to go for Danny this week.
Yeah, Connor's running backs are not looking great there.
Anyway,
actually, yeah, who can he put in instead of Devonta Freeman? I guess he could put Billy Powell up in there and then put Mo Sanu in the flex. Deion Lewis against Baltimore is a tough matchup too, and I don't think Deion Lewis has done much. So
no.
You might be banged this week, Connor. You might not score a lot of points.
Oh shit, this is a close one by the looks of things. So we have Richie and Shauna.
This is a good matchup here because if Richie can win this, he has 2 wins. Then all of a sudden, start climbing his way back into the division, leaving
Connor there at the bottom, adrift.
Adrift, yeah. So start with Shauna, I guess. Cam Newton against Washington. Yeah, that's like Cam Newton's been pretty good for this year. He's been scoring a lot of points.
Fucking starving. I got it. Man. I feel like I'm gonna actually faint if I don't get some of this shit in me. Keep talking.
Yeah, Cam Newton against Washington is good. Cam Newton's never lost against Washington, and he's like an average pass rating of like 120 or something like that. So he's gonna go and smash. Shady, I don't know what Shady's gonna do. I'm pretty solid. What's Shady? Shady's put up a few fucking shitty weeks. Yeah. I don't know what you do with Shady at this point in Shauna. There's talk of him being traded or whatever, but I mean, until that happens, you gotta just roll with him and hope that there's better days ahead. And I don't know if there is because the Bills are shite. DJ Alden's been great for it though. He's been a very nice surprise for Shauna.
And headed for a big workload.
Yeah, as long as Leonard Fournette's not playing.
2 touchdowns the week before last, 69 receiving yards and a touchdown.
A lot of 69s this week.
Yeah.
D-Hop against Buffalo.
Jesus. Now,
Dean Dre.
He's good to go. If he gets an injury, then
Kiki
Cootie might be a good pickup.
Yeah, very true.
So I'll be keeping him. Unlike the usual, pick up Dolphins wide receiver.
Yeah.
Drop him. He does well.
Scores points next week.
Different. Good Dolphins wide receiver. Drop him. He plays well. Same applies to Cootie. Fuck me. And Will Fuller, meaning the Texans will have the top 3 pass catchers available. Shit. Could have done with just one.
Yeah, just
available.
QT.
But anyway, that's so Hopkins. He's fit.
He's a
and
beast.
yeah,
Buffalo shit.
he's brilliant.
As long as Sean Watson's playing, we're fucking laughing.
Yeah.
Corey Davis, he's been shite. I don't know what to do with him.
One spectacular week.
Yeah. The Titans are such a weird team this year. Like, they're winning games, but they're not really very good, and then they're not doing anything very consistently, kind of. Like, they're running it a lot some weeks, and they're throwing a lot other weeks, and then some weeks there's just no fucking offense, and their defense is winning game. I wouldn't really like to be playing anyone in their offense at the minute, to be honest. Yeah, I mean,
he's shite.
Whatever, yeah.
He's shite for a tight end.
And it's against Carolina, it's probably not a great matchup. And Thomas Davis is back, and he fucking loves hitting tight ends. Shauna, put Joe Mixon in your fucking top running backs and take Shady out there. Shady's not doing fucking nothing for you. Joe Mixon's a beast, and Gio Bernard is out this week, so...
20 points in his first week, and then I'm assuming he got injured that week. And then first week back, 17. Yeah, Joe Mixon's a starter.
So fucking get Shady down into that flex and see if you can work someone else in there. Oh, you get Le'Veon Bell back soon, Shauna, and this team could be cooking all of a sudden.
Yeah, like, what the fuck?
Oh, like, if you can get... Who else? She needs another wide receiver to replace Corey Davis with, and Sean would actually have a fucking hell of a team then. Get Shady out of there. TJ Yeldon, as long as he's getting the odd bit of work. Joe Mixon and fucking Lev Bell.
How's she do it?
We're cooking.
How's she do it?
She just drafts who you should draft. She never tries to be too smart. She just drafts whatever the best guy there is, and she always just ends up with a good team.
Bullshit. So, on to Richie's team.
Let's see if Richie can get a little run going here. Gets his first win last week.
Has to play Goff this week because Breeze is on his bye.
Yeah, and I'd say he's not too mad about that, to be honest.
No.
I'd say Jared Goff is putting up some lovely points. He looks so efficient. Like, he's not throwing picks. He's fucking... Oh, he threw 2 last week, now that I say it. But fucking... he's like 300 yards and a couple of touchdowns every week. Like,
solid.
Yeah.
Carlos Hyde.
He's actually been pretty good from this year.
Yeah, it's good
picked
numbers.
him up late enough, and he's getting all the touches there. The Browns are looking pretty good, so... Chris Carson has kind of improved the last couple of weeks. That Seahawks backfield is weird. You don't really know who's going to get the touches.
Yeah, Carson might. Now, Julio Jones. This is weak. He put up some touchdowns.
Yeah, I'd like to see what his numbers are like against like the Buccaneers in his career. Like, does he frequently? Because I imagine there's a lot of high scoring games, but there's Jones. Because I know he always fucking goes off against the Panthers. He fucking loves scoring touchdowns against us. But
Jones was the number 1 Week 5 receiver for many analysts. But he started the fourth quarter without a single reception against the Pittsburgh defense that entered the game allowing the 6th most yards per attempt.
It's not great.
Fuck, that's bad.
Yeah.
You gotta expect more from him though.
You do, yeah. Like, you gotta
173 the week before.
Yeah, like, that's some good stuff.
You gotta think he's gonna be doing better than this.
It's one of those
Tampa
things where
Bay.
it might overcorrect and he's gonna score 3 touchdowns. Richie just has to make sure he doesn't bench him.
No,
Just stick
fucking
with him.
don't. We can't bench him.
If you bench him, that's when he's gonna score 3 touchdowns.
Yeah,
Like,
that's why Keenan Allen's still on my team.
yeah, because you know what's coming. Like,
Because one week it's just like, oh, this is how I play football again.
yeah.
Stephon Diggs.
Richie's wide receiver core is lit at the minute. You got fucking Julio Jones, Stephon Diggs, who's been great. Not Danny Amendola, Julian Edelman, and T.Y. Hilton. Like, that is a fucking hell of a wide receiver core.
Edelman.
Against Kate, like, Edelman's gonna put motherfucking points on the board.
Like, last
that
week
was his
was
first
just,
week back, so yeah.
Yeah, just whetting his appetite last week.
It's only gonna go up, yeah.
7 of 9 targets for 57
9
yards.
targets, like.
And he seemed to be throwing him. He seemed to be running a lot of
Slants,
like,
yeah.
you know, like what you'd expect from your tight end. Because Gronk wasn't fit, he seemed to be doing a lot of
that inside kind of
that
work.
inside
like,
work. So
he's
that's
good at that too, Edelman.
But you gotta think that this week he's gonna be going for the wide
shots,
yeah, because he seemed like he was happy enough, but
oh yeah,
he was getting yards and
getting
getting hit, getting yards and getting hit. He wants to be free
breaking
to
a few
Edelman,
tackles and
free to Edelman. So I'm thinking Edelman could have a good week this week.
George Kittle as well is a nice pickup for Richie. He's been solid.
I was looking at him on tight end. I was looking at him.
Like, only won like 9 points pretty much every week. Yeah. One. That's fine.
Bailey's
just picked up Dan Bailey the other day. So yeah, since the Vikings picked him up, he's been real good.
That's
Other than that,
real
1 week that I
good
played where
pickup.
he got 0. Yeah.
Sickening.
And they're just going to keep going, I think, like that. They're one of those defenses that even if like they're conceding a lot of points, they're still just getting sacks and fumbles and stuff. Like they're going to put good points up for you.
Breeze on the bench, Hilton's out,
Yeah.
Thompson's questionable, Stills, Allen. You wouldn't really... Will Lutz is on his bye, so you wouldn't really start any of these
probably not.
three.
Kenny Stills is like kind of a... Buck Allen's been getting touchdowns, actually, but he's quieted down a bit. Kenny Stills is kind of like... You play him if you have to, like he'll have his big weeks and he'll have his quiet weeks. Like, a couple of 1s and 4s and stuff. Like,
If you had Crosby, this guy... is there a Nash?
Oh, Crosby, Stills, and what Nash is there? There's got to be a Nash. We'll search it afterwards.
That's how I'm going to draft my last 3 players next year. Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
Yeah, so he's probably got his best team out there. Like if Chris Thompson plays, he might do well. But I mean, Carolina's defense is quite good.
You can't trust them.
They got good linebackers, like so.
Yeah, this week's going to be very tough to
Yeah,
call.
this is very tough.
Jesus Christ. I think Jones is going to have a big week.
That's what it's kind of coming down to for me.
I think Jones is going to have a big week.
If Jones puts 25 points up, I don't know if Sean can keep up.
I think it might just go down to, the amount of touchdowns.
Yeah.
Touchdowns scored. Hopkins has to have a good week.
Yeah,
McCoy, can't trust him. Yeldon's probably going to have a good week. But Mixon...
She doesn't have a lot of depth.
I'll tell you
to
what,
change it up.
I think it's Richie this week.
Yeah, that's what I'm leaning towards too. Richie gets that second win.
Yeah, Richie for the win.
Sorry, Shauna.
Stupid
It's going to be... I hope you lose too, because you're in my division, and fuck you. So, you go.
I still don't know who's in what division. I'm still confused. And here we have Martin.
This is the rematch of the old final. Or last year's final, I mean, sorry.
Now, we will start with Martin.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Luck.
Against Jets defense. Yeah, those some good points.
Some real good points.
50 points the last 2 weeks, so...
So, against the Jets...
Their defense is okay, but it's nothing special.
I think he's good enough to do well against them.
For sure.
Melvin Gordon, sure.
He's a machine.
14
great pick by Martin.
14 points was his lowest.
Yeah, that tells you all you need to know. I like him starting Tariq Cohen again. He's rolling with them after the good week there against Tampa Bay, where he screwed me there a couple of weeks ago. But after what he did, you gotta stick with him and see what happens, I guess. See if he can maintain that kind of level of touches and stuff, and then you're fucking laughing if he can get it going.
He's on his bye week this week.
Oh, that was last week. Miami this week, yeah.
So he had a bye week last week. Against Miami this week, yeah, he'll be good. And here we have
newly acquired Antonio Brown.
Last week, good week. Week before,
he's been picking
bitching
up
about the amount of targets he was getting. When you've got James Conner and Ben Roethlisberger's throwing multiple interceptions every week. What the fuck are you gonna do? So last week, over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. He proved last week if you do throw the ball in his general direction, even if there's lads around him, like one of the catches, a couple of lads around him, not a chance did they have. So even 2-on-1 in the corner, you're still gonna be going.
Still do it, yeah.
You're still gonna be going for Antonio Brown, but you just can't trust Ben to put it in the corner to him or to overthrow him or.
That's the truth.
Which is unfortunate because he clearly is one of the best receivers.
No, he might be the best all time.
Yeah,
his last, I think it was the last, not including this year, his last 4 years were pretty much statistically the best a wide receiver has ever had in a 4-year stretch.
Yeah, greatest of all time. Imagine if he had Brady with the efficiency of Brady, him instead of Edelman. If he was there instead of Edelman, what kind of points would he be putting?
They're probably not different from each other physically. Antonio Brown's a small guy. Yeah. It's crazy. You see him winning these fucking 50-50
jump,
balls.
He jumped up there. One of the jumps there, and he jumped up, and there was 2 guys around him, and I was like, You had to have jumped from a stand, just bang.
To like,
just the spring
crazy,
was crazy.
You see his feet at like their hip height, like, and he's just above them.
How'd you get up there, you son of a bitch?
It's crazy.
So good pickup from Martin, especially considering like he has to get more. Away to Cincinnati this week, I can see the run game probably being
a lot more.
Yeah, I just don't think Ben Roethlisberger away from home is happy throwing the ball, and he's probably going to run a bit more. So get your money on Antonio Brown for 3 touchdowns and 465 yards. The other Gordon.
Yeah, he's got Gordon and Gordon. Nice.
Yeah.
Good work, Martin.
Kind of could have had the Freeman.
Yeah,
he's got the Gordons.
The Gordons. Keeping up with the
Gordon eye. Gordon eye.
Josh Gordon, he's been pretty good since he went to New England. Had a good game last week, nice touchdown. Hopefully, they're probably going to just kind of keep adding to his workload every week. But now that Edelman's back, maybe it'll quiet down a little bit.
Yeah, his hamstring giving him a bit of something. He's questionable. Cameron Braid, who he picked up.
Yeah, that's a nice pickup. Scored 2 touchdowns the last 2 weeks, so
yeah, can't argue with that. Yeah.
Geronimo, it's a weird looking guy.
He's like, he got elf ears.
He does.
But like to chop the tops of them off to fit in his helmet.
Yeah.
It actually, his haircut looks like it's badly photoshopped.
That does not look like his real hair at all.
That's terrible Photoshop work. Greg Allison, limited in practice. Can't see him putting up a whole pile. Ryan Suck up.
Yeah,
16 points last week.
Good
he's
week.
a good kicker.
Yeah, Packers defense. Yeah, against like a rookie quarterback in San Francisco, you got to think they can give you 7 to 10 points easy enough.
Pretty sure Packers defense last week was like -5 points at one stage. So he's got Manny Sanders, who he tried to trade with me.
Yeah, Manny Sanders actually looked okay this year. Like that.
He has looked okay, but he hasn't looked.
Player, that's okay, I guess.
He hasn't looked any better than Marvin Jones.
Yeah. You don't want to be playing him like
So Marvin Jones isn't getting a look in. He's not getting a fucking look in, and he wanted Keenan Allen, so he was offering some other stuff with Keenan Allen, but no thanks. For Keenan Allen.
Rudolph the red zone tight end. It's you don't know what to do with tight ends. Like, he's a couple of good weeks, then a couple of 4 or 5s. It's like just play whoever you want.
Now we're getting close to the topic of the week. First touchdown, New Diggs, reasonably alright for Allen Robinson, not too much. But Carson Wentz threw up a really good one. But Clement was the other part of the deal. He said he was saying that with Ajayi out, he's going to get more touches, and what we said was, I really don't know if he's going to get the touches or if Smallwood's going to get the touches. They gave most of the rushing to Smallwood. They give most of the rushing to him, which is what happens with Denver with Lindsay.
Yeah.
And Freeman tends to be more productive, and Clement seems to be more productive. So if that's the way it's going, you're looking at maybe 12 points a week. Good player for the flex. He'd be a better option to flex than Marvin Jones for me anyway. But when I was watching the game, it started off real well, and he was like touchdown straight away. I was like, fuck, that's Alshon Jeffrey with a touchdown straight away, and then followed up by Clement. I was like, fuck you. Who's scripting this?
Yeah.
It's clearly scripted. Just the amount of drama for the last couple of weeks. I know I've lost the 2 games, but it's just been edge of the seat stuff. Up till 4 o'clock every fucking morning.
There's been some really good games.
Not one of them was finished. I think, I didn't have to stay up for the Monday game. I did anyway, just to see what the crack was. But I didn't have to stay up for it. But other than that, it's just been having to stay up till 4 o'clock every morning.
What the fuck is gonna happen?
The week before against Danny was just coming down to the last play, and then last week I was just like, just throw a fucking bomb, Brady. Yeah. You've got fucking 5. So you've got 20 seconds. You 20 seconds. Bombs, yeah. Just send them up the field. Throw a bomb. Care who it is. Preferably to White or Gronk.
Any bomb will do, though.
Yeah. All I needed was like 70 yards and a touchdown. I probably needed more.
Probably a little bit more. That would help, though.
What was I, 7? Oh, it might have been 17 points behind.
Yeah. That would have been tough to get. If Tom Brady had run it in, then you could have got it.
Yeah, what the fuck, Brady? You're 40 and all of that, but, so I could have picked up Clement. Wentz had a really good
nice
week.
Game, yeah. Andrew Luck
Wentz
could
is
still
back.
get that. Oh yeah, for sure.
Wentz is back.
He's looked great the last
20,
couple
21,
weeks.
24. And he was benched for Andrew Luck, who's looked exceptionally good. So, solid for quarterbacks.
Got two good quarterbacks, yeah.
So he's done a bit of movement, and he's added Braid, Brown. He's done some good business.
Yeah.
Done some good business.
I don't know how confident he is in Tariq Cohen going forward, but other than that, his team is very solid.
He got rid of McCaffrey, and he's brought in Brown. So what do you think? I think Brown can't do any worse than he has done for the start. He's not going to get less fucking targets as the season goes by. So, poor James Conner. Like, if Lev Bell does come back,
what's he gonna do?
What's he gonna fucking do? Like, I'm putting up 30 points every week, and you're gonna play this fucking bum who's leaving in 6 months.
Maybe they won't play him. Maybe they'll just be like sitting the fucking bench, Le'Veon.
Yeah.
But then again, they probably want to keep.
I'd give him a role that just basically ran him into the fucking ground for the rest of the season.
Let him return punts and stuff all year.
You're returning punts. And you're not calling for safe catch ever.
Yeah.
You're taking all of them hits. So
have a look at Bazman's team.
Deshaun Watson is listed as questionable with his chest.
Took a big old hit there last week. He kept playing, so he took. I think it was actually kind of in the front of his chest. I don't know if it was even in his ribs, but he took a massive hit, like one of those like kind of helmet to the fucking sternum kind of things. Like he got back up and he kept playing. So hopefully he'll be back in because he looked great. Like look at those weeks from him there.
Yeah. Oh, look at the touchdowns numbers.
Yeah.
Oh. And he ran one in.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. Yeah, so that's a good start against Buffalo. Aaron Jones is like apparently this is the guy that they really want. Or at least Aaron Rodgers really wants him to be the running back in Green Bay. He wants him to get all the touches and stuff. But they're still splitting it a lot between him and Jamal Williams and Ty Montgomery. So I think Baz is playing him in the hopes that they'll kind of snap out of it and give him the touches. And then Nyheim Hines is... if Marlon Mack is back... and he's 100%, like his role expected to decrease, like that's, and his points haven't been great.
Yeah, I think the reason Marlon Mack's taking so long is because they did try him back. They tested him out a couple of weeks ago, and he was like no, and so the rest of them for a couple of weeks. So I'm pretty sure Marlon Mack is back this week.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes, but Hines. It's a frustrating week from last week. He managed to get up 9 points, and that was fucking spectacular. Yeah. Considering how shit the Colts
team
were.
Looked like shit. Yeah.
It was awful to watch.
Yeah.
There was no competition. He was the only real light that they had.
Him and Ebron.
Well, yeah, Ebron. That's where Ebron is.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, like Ebron had a storming game. He was so good that I didn't associate him with the Colts last week because the Colts were so bad. But definitely before they started just sort of really giving everything to Ebron and having Nyheim carry it a little bit, everything else they did was just shit. Nothing worked.
Yeah.
It was so bad. But with Mac back now, they have a couple of options of running back. So hopefully, if they do sort of put together a running game.
Yeah,
could be sitting on gold.
That's a rough two running backs for Baz to start there with Lenny Fournette out. Like
gambling.
But I'm not saying either of them are bad or nothing like that. Like both of them could do you 15 points, sure, but it's there's a lot up in the air. You need some stuff to go your way.
Depends who gets the touches, and there's a lot of competition.
Yeah,
it doesn't have much competition, to be honest.
It just depends if Mac is there and healthy, he could take them all. That's the thing with Nyheim Hines.
Yeah, I don't think they'll give Mac all of them.
Yeah,
I
that's
think,
what you got to think.
You're looking at 45 and 45, and he does a bit more receiving. I can't see Marlon Mack running down the wing to receive anyone.
True enough.
So you might get the receiving yards for it. Thielen.
Thielen has been unbelievable this year. Great pick by Baz.
10, 19, 10, 19,
I think he's
17.
the first wide receiver to go the first 5 games of a season 100 yards every game.
And he's only got 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
With those numbers, I was like, how many touchdowns he got? 3 touchdowns. Royce Freeman's got 3 touchdowns.
It's great.
Doesn't have those numbers.
And you look, and there's some good matchups in there. There's some fucking easy matchups in there. There's some hard ones, and he's just putting numbers up.
Yeah,
just
the consistency.
Is
incredible.
Him and Kirk Cousins just have the fucking brain meld. That was a great pick by Baz.
Yeah. Tyreek Hill's still no sign of his neck.
No, they're still looking for it somewhere. He's been quiet now.
Look how low this is. That's as low as his neck.
He's had a couple of consistent quiet weeks, but I mean, you gotta leave him in there.
He's capable of that.
Exactly.
That's against LA, and this week he's up against New England.
They're gonna scheme really hard to try and keep him quiet, but I mean, there's only so much you can do. He's just a freak. Zach Ertz has been so solid.
Yeah. He got himself a touchdown as well.
He might be the best scoring tight end this year, possibly. He's up there. He's just his consistency's been great. He had a couple of bad weeks at the start,
When you almost had technological differences there.
And we're back. We'll just throw like a little ad break in there. Right at the end.
No,
Bobby Woods. This is the guy that Michael's been talking shit about the last 3 weeks, and every week he talks shit about him, he blows up and has a great week. So
14 points with no touchdowns last week.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Solid amount of
53 rushing yards. Like, he's a wide receiver. That's some good going.
Elliott's put up
Jake
10
the
points.
Snake. Yeah, that's some good weeks there.
Panthers defense.
Picked up the Panthers defense just there because he dropped the Chargers for him. Panthers defense has been good. Washington's offense was bad last week, so why not? That's who I was forgetting. Alvin Kamara. Yeah. I was like, why does Baz have 2 crazy bad running backs in there? But like, yeah, there you go.
Lenny Fournette's out injured.
Yeah, I was thinking. I was like, we're missing someone there.
He's got Pat Mahomes, who I'm hoping is going to do a good bit of slinging this week.
Yeah. Like, he's got some good depth there. Juju
could take Nelson. a bit of yardage off ground.
Yeah. Like, he's got so much room for his flex there to play whoever he wants. Like.
Yeah.
And then normally he has Kenny Golladay, and Kenny Golladay might be my favourite pickup of the year so far. Like, he's been so good. He's getting a lot of targets, and this is only his second year, but he's working his way in. 69% owned.
Nice.
He's just got it all going for him at the minute.
So who are we going for in this one?
Oh, I think just based off Baz's running backs, I'm gonna go with Martin, and I don't like it. I want Baz to win, but I'm gonna go Martin. I think Melvin Gordon could get him the win. He's lucky Alvin Kamara isn't here this week. Or because like if you throw Alvin Kamara in there instead of Aaron Jones, it's a very different matchup all of a sudden, I think.
Yeah. I think I'll have to go with Martin as well. I think AB's going to have a good week. Melvin Gordon, Luck, Brait's really good pickup.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you say here, is a bit dodgy.
It's just, yeah.
But like 10 points from your tight end and 10 points from your kicker. 20 points from your kicker. That's giving him a hell of a push-off point.
Yeah, because I'm surprised that the projections are so low for Martin. It could be the likes of like Cameron Brake and Geronimo Allison and Josh Gordon just aren't projected to do anything maybe. Or Tariq Cohen probably has low projections too, just because the projections are dumb. So
they are.
But I think it definitely it will be tight, and that would be a big win for Martin to get back to 3-3. With everyone playing out of division, what everyone is hoping for is everyone in your division loses and you win and you just gain a game on everyone. So
fucking sweet.
Yeah. Especially in our division, there's like 3 of you instead of 2 and 3. So you really need the other people to lose, and you get the win, get a game ahead.
Right. I'm going for me.
You're going to pick you again? You're going to change it?
Oh no, I'm going for Rob. Going for Rob. Right. I am actually going to go for Rob, because I don't think Gronk's going to do fuck all this week for me.
I can't remember. I think I picked you. Oh yeah, I picked you because I think the Patriots are going to go wild. Bo picked Michael for this one. Yeah, Michael's probably going to blow the doors in.
Yeah, I would be lubing up for that one, John.
Yeah.
Connor's getting fucked again.
Yeah, Connor's probably going to take another loss.
Danny up to 5-1.
I'd be happy with that. I think I picked Richie for this one. Yeah, because I'm not confident on Lashady or Corey Davis.
Yeah. It's Richie. And for the final one,
I'll go Martin. I think Martin will pip him and Baz will be absolutely fucking sick.
Yeah. So that's our...
that's the preview for the week.
Extra long preview of the week.
Yeah, you got it. You got your money's worth this week.
Battery nearly died.
Yeah.
That's never happened before. So
also got a new segment that we'll go into. I'm not really sure what the name is. We'll see what graphic that I end up making for it. So here's the graphic with the name and maybe a little intro song. Alright, so the purpose of this segment, because I got the idea off Danny the other day, because he was saying that in the little, the write-up thing that comes up in the reviews, that it said it was the first time that he ever beat Martin in the Driscoll, and I was like, that is crazy. So I was like, for this, we'll do a little history of some of the matchups. We'll pick one matchup every week. I'll go back through it, find out what the the record is, what the score is, and stuff in between it. So this week, I did the Commissioner matchup, did me versus Michael. So we played each other 5 times in total. So we played twice in the first year and then once every year since then. So I won the first 2. The first game, Michael, was an absolute abomination. I won 77-64. Our teams were fucking garbage. And then every other game since then has been a blowout for one of us. So I think I beat you by 30 points the next time. Then you beat me by about 30 points the next 2 games. And then I won it last year too. So I'm taking the lead in the series at the minute 3-2. So you're probably going to take it back to 3-3. And then I had a look actually and added up the scores. And his score is 499.9 to 475.6. And he's probably going to beat me by about 25 points. So he'll probably tie up the record and tie up the scores going into... So I'll see you in the final, basically, is all I'm saying. Then we'll decide for sure who's really winning
tight
this.
like a tiger.
But yeah, I went back through... It was interesting looking at some of our teams over the... Like the highest score between it, Michael scored 136 points in the second year against me. Like that, he had a really good team that year. I put up 124 on him last year. Like there were some really fucking big scoring matchups against each other in every one other than the first game, which we barely scored 130 between the two of us. But yeah, I'll go back through next week. Hopefully we'll get some divisional ones, because the divisional ones, obviously there'll be twice as many games to go through and stuff. And I'll be able to do some playoff implication stuff. Like, because I know I knocked Danny out of the playoffs 2 years and he knocked me out of the playoffs. So I'll get the playoff records and stuff in when we get divisional ones in.
We get stats and graphs and everything.
Stats, graphs, the whole thing. And, we're all going to learn a little bit of history as well. The history is rich in...
or dristery.
Or dristery. The dristery is rich here.
I think we're done.
Yeah, so thank you for joining us this week on the ComishCAST. Got a good week of football coming up. There's a lot of game that, like... Since it's all out of divisional this week, it really kind of shapes up the run going into the playoffs now, where it's like, can Danny pull 2 games ahead of me and 3 games ahead of everyone else? Or can everyone else get within a game of him then all of a sudden? And like...
It's getting interesting.
It is. It's really heating up. The lads division is garbage. It's like, Richie and Connor, start winning games or this is over. God damn it, you sons of bitches. But yeah, so we'll see you all next week to review week 7. Which by then shit will really be getting going, because then we're about halfway to playoff time.
Yeah, and we'll be eulogising the amazing week the Patriots had.
Yeah.
I'm a Patriots fan this week. Fuck the Steelers.
You gotta get yourself a jersey. Michael, post a jersey for tomorrow.
Right, that's it, we're done.
Peace.